Hey guys, it's Pat from Pat's Brewery. Don't know how this one's going to go because what we're going to be drinking is a bottle, the last bottle I believe, of the Red Horse Rainbow Rye, which some of you may remember I brewed for Pattoberfest 2023 last year. A few of you may have received, actually no, I didn't send many bottles of this out because actually the keg was pretty much empty. I think it went out to just a couple of people, local friends that I said I'll try this because they weren't able to attend Pattoberfest. But anyway, so this is the last bottle. You know, I was only able to fill it up to here, so it seems to have kept a bit of pressure in there. So fingers crossed, it should be an okay beer still. Obviously it wasn't designed to age. Now I'm actually filming using my phone, so I can't pull up the stats on the beer. From what I remember, it was at least a 5 point something beer. Red Horse Rainbow Rye, so obviously its intention is to be a rye PA with a red colouring. Now there has been a little bit of gunk build up in the bottle, but we've generated a nice little foam bit there. There was a hiss. Let's check the colour first. I think this may be a little bit skunky based off of the residue in the bottle. Right, there's plenty of markings on the inside of the bottle. First of all, looking at the colour, yep, lovely and red. So I think this was brewed with primarily Red X. I don't know what angle you guys are seeing, but as the light's passing through this, lovely red hue. There's a little bit of something in there. I can't even remember what the hops were. I really should have actually done a little bit more prep work before filming this, but that's still good. That's still good. I mean, I think that's a little maltier than I remember. A little bit more bready. I wonder if I can find any footage of what I originally thought of this beer. And we're back. I watched some of my review of the beer previously. The aromatics have died off dramatically in comparison to what I was referring to in the early videos. Now, it's interesting because the hops that we used was Citra, Mosaic and Simcoe. Now, I've never got this before, but actually the smell that I am getting from this is kind of blueberries, which some people have said can come from Mosaic. So maybe that's one of the things that has come from a lengthened aging of this beer. With regards to the percentage, by the way, it was 6.4%. I think with regards to bitterness, that doesn't seem to have dropped at all, so I think it still feels quite balanced. I mean, I'm still going to say that there is a more maltiness to it now, which I think whenever people do talk about, you know, aging beers, obviously your aromatics, you know, they're best in your fresh beers, especially your, you know, these IPA styles. So not surprised. I think I'm pleasantly pleased with how it's turned out. Well, not turned out, but pleasantly pleased with how it's aged. I don't think that there would be much more gain to aging it any longer. Not that I can. That was the last bottle. I am intrigued with maybe brewing it again. I do have some thoughts about that. So regular viewers of the channel, especially those that have been here with us for a while, know that I do a yearly get together for friends and family, Packtoberfest, and I think this year, 2024, will be the third year of where I've been able to have people over. The first year that Packtoberfest was going to take place was actually during COVID, and so that didn't happen. But yeah, so this year will be the third year in a row that it should all take place. Now, here's a thought. I still have a record of what the favourite beers were from each Oktoberfest for the last 2 years. So if I take the two best from the first 2 years, that would be 4, and then if I take the 2 best from this year, that will make 6 beers for the next year, and it'll be like a champion of champions sort of round. What are your thoughts? The Red Horse Rainbow Rye came in first place last year, so we'll get to see this one again in a year's time. So, you know, how does that sound? I think it sounds pretty good, pretty fun. Be interesting to see how it all went. Yeah, that's a thought. Anyway, so in addition, this is me drinking a beer that I've had for a while. Recently, you know that I've received some aged beers from my next door neighbour, so you know, have to drink some of those on camera so I can describe what skunky is. Yeah. I also do have an unmarked bottle that's, I think that is of the oat stout. You can see that the bottle is kind of a bit bulbous, so be opening that outside. What do you guys think of this opening old beers and see how they are? You know, is it of interest? If it's not, and you go, no, don't want to see you drinking old skunky beers, you know, just say, and maybe I won't do it. Or I might still, and you just don't watch those videos, but I do actually have a growler filled with a beer from the start of last year, but I was meant to actually do a video in October last year, drinking it, and I just didn't get around to it. The biggest problem is now is that the seal, that I can see the rubber seal on the top of the growler, has split. Now I don't know if it's allowed oxygen in it or not. I'm a little bit dubious about opening it up. Now I guess it's the perfect example or perfect time to, you know, let's all see how bad this beer is. So that could be a video for the future. Let me know what you think. We could call the series Remember What You Brewed Last Summer and the Horrors of Aged Beer. We'll see, we'll see. Until next time guys, it's been Pat from Pat's Brewery, drinking the Red Horse Rainbow Rye, the #1 winning beer from Pat Tofest 2023. Cheers.